coal simply because they can feed themselves, but that's okay because they're higher performing anyway. So we'll re-engineer the coal section here in a bit, but I think we're doing okay relatively as far as output. So we'll just need to modernize it at some point. So that's actually really helpful.
Okay.
So just for anybody joining us in the future or whatever, this is me and Andrew playing Factorio. We're just getting started. And we've got some basic production going and a little bit of electricity, but still a long way to go, but taking it one step at a time. But yeah, like I was telling you, Andrew, a lot of times I just do this for my own benefit, because one of my problems, I guess, is that I kind of don't really have, like, you know, some people can basically just speak straight from their mind, like, it just flows out. Yeah, that sounds gross.
No, I get you though.
For me, at least, it's like I almost always end up 75% of the thoughts in my head do not go out my mouth. Either because it's just internal thinking, or I'm actively filtering and thinking, you know, that's a really stupid thing to say. Which means a lot of times I end up not talking much, which isn't doing me any favors. So doing stuff like this to where it's basic, especially, and this is why I really wanted you to, you know, play this game and others, is because I found that if I know, you know, that you're actually watching or playing or whatever, I know I talk more because I know I'm, you know, talking to you.
Yeah, you're here.
So
You got somebody to bounce off of.
yeah, because it's really hard by yourself. It's like, and I was watching Markiplier's videos, and I'm kind of realizing a little bit that in some games he plays a lot that he seems to have trouble improving, because I think one of his latest videos he was talking about he was playing Slithario, and his video's like, finally get to first place, and it's like, it looks like he was playing on a server full of bots, and the high score was like 2,000, so it was like, congrats, yay. And how is oh, that was weird. For a second I couldn't tell what the belts were doing. Just like, how is iron ore getting there? But what they have to do basically is everything that's going in their mind, all that stuff that I at least do not vocalize, like, oh, there's a tree, maybe I'll leave it there because it looks aesthetically pleasing and I don't want to burn everything down, or other stuff like that. I have to try to force it out, basically. Does that make any sense? I don't know if I'm making sense.
No, I get you.
Alright, so we've been wandering around here for a bit while I ramble on, but what we need to do is continue improvements. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to start making brick production, because I don't know about you, but walls and roads are pretty great, so I am going to... and if there's anything that you want to add on, anything you think might be an improvement, feel free, because this is totally a game where you just build and expand.
How does one research?
At this stage, because we don't have a loader here, you would add in research is done by the labs, and science packs are an item that you produce, and it's consumed by the research process. My base that I showed you last time, a vast majority of its production was strictly into making science packs, because it consumes a number of resources in different states of refinement. The higher level the science pack it needs, the more complicated it's going to be. So you can take a look at the intermediate products page in the crafting, and you can see Science Pack 1 needs a copper plate, which is, you know, you have to mine the copper and then hook it up. And you also need an iron gear wheel, which is 3 steps. Get the iron, cook it, and do 1 level of manufacturing on it. So it needs both of them, and you can make it by hand. Like right now, I could make a whole 74 of them because I've got a number of iron and copper plates, and because crafting in this game will automatically make intermediate steps if you have the items. Might take a little bit longer, but you can just, stamp them out. Like I'm just gonna make
I made 2 already.
Okay. And you can right click when you're building stuff to make it in 5 chunks.
Oh, okay.
Which actually it makes sense because it breaks down the intermediate steps, so it works out pretty good. So once okay, so you've got some packs in there. In the upper right, you should see it says press T to start search.
Oh.
And
Oh, okay.
and don't be overwhelmed by all the stuff you see because most of it is stuff that that we can't make yet. We're just looking at the stuff in yellow, and right now you can kind of basically what I do is because you'll want all of this stuff eventually. I usually go and say like, okay, what's the cheapest stuff, and if things have equal value, I'd say what would be the most useful right now. For example, I'd say the ones on the short list are the ones that cost 10. We got automation, optics, turrets, stone walls, and military along with armor crafting. Do you have anything sound especially awesome to you?
Well, it sounds like you would need turrets and stone walls eventually.
Yeah,
So I
but
assume that,
we want assembly machines or something like that,
okay.
So, but ultimately we're gonna get all of it, and it's really not that expensive. And probably talking about it, we've spent all that time. I'm just gonna go ahead. Let's go with automation, and as you see in the upper right, the bar um,
Oh,
is
okay.
increasing.
Alright.
It is currently consuming the science packs. There's one gone. And now it's half gone. So you can see that will consume resources. Let's see. That also draws electrical power. And it looks like we're doing just fine. By left-clicking on the power poles, you can see the electric network info. And it looks like we are consuming, give or take, 200 kilowatts, which our production is we're barely running at a tenth of capacity, so we're doing good. Oh, it looks like it ran out of. Let's load up some science packs, so you can see why automation becomes really important. I mean, it becomes vital to getting the higher level research. So that in itself is a catalyst to expand, because you need to. I mean, theoretically, you could play it like low level Minecraft and just mine, but holy that yeah, you wouldn't get very. Ooh, I'm getting choppy.
Yeah, I'm getting choppy too. Is it trying to update? What's going on?
I have noticed that this game does have a tendency of like having really big Steam Cloud saves, and it has some of the longest sync times I've ever seen in any of the Steam games. So I don't know what the deal is. Maybe it's saving the maps to the cloud. But
Maybe it, would you say this is relatively complicated programming-wise?
I would think so, because apparently the game will scale pretty much indefinitely, and considering the sheer number of things it's tracking, I mean, it sounds like a lot to me, or it seems like it would be. So I am going to go ahead and make a couple of
Research finished, by the way.
I say we're still at stone furnace level. Okay, so we just got a assembler, so that's good. Next up, we're going to go with let's do armor crafting just so we can build some armor for us personally. Alright, so I'm also going to take a stone furnace, plop it about here, take an inserter, put it there, take another inserter, put it there, take a power pole, power it up, and this furnace, Oh, we are under attack. It looks like we are losing structures. Okay, it looks like, remember, hold space and move your mouse cursor over them. Okay, so it looks like all we lost were some conveyor belts. No big deal. Oh.
Oh wait, I screwed it up.
Oh, no worry. Just move your mouse over the tile and press R. It'll allow you to rotate. Alright, we got armor crafting done. Let's go with turrets next. Alright, so we're looking good down here. For the moment anyway, at least until we can get some turrets. Right here, I'm cooking up stone into stone bricks, which are used to make paths. Paths are great because when you're on them, you're going about 130%, so, you know, that's a pretty nice boost in speed. So that's why in my base, I laid out roads pretty early, mainly just connecting places that I went commonly, you know, as a road should, and then just built around that. And you don't have to worry about stuff being permanent because we can basically dig up everything we plop down and it can be redone later if necessary.
I was going to mention we're running out of stone here.
The box is pretty full right now. This still has 1.6, 1,600 units left. So we should be good for the short-term future. You can just move your mouse over the object and you'll be able to see, you know, its health, its consumption of electricity, how much it pollutes. These miners pollute quite a bit. And also how many resources are still there. So I'm going to build a box. What's up?
So let's set. What about this big stone rock up here? Would the miner be able to take care of that?
Give me 1 second. Let's put this over here so I don't have to put down another power line. What you looking at here? Oh, these are more just obstacles.
Oh.
You know, so let's see.
Doodads.
Semi-sorta, they do actually get in the way and can actually damage them. Let's see. There we go. Bang, bang, bang. I'm doing 2 damage.
My gun isn't working.
I'm out of ammo. I'll make more ammo. Press C. Because you're saying shoot it. Just like shoot it with the cursors over. Spacebar is to shoot at nearest enemy near cursor thing.
Oh, okay.
Yay, it vanished.
Achievement unlocked.
You know what's funny? If you really think about how much energy would be involved in like a Star Trek phaser, which supposedly has the ability to vaporize somebody, the sheer amount of energy that would be consumed in that, or that would be used in that process, would like completely destroy everything in a so many, you know, meter radius. Like just the process of vaporizing that much water would, you know.
It kind of makes you realize how pointless war is in Star Trek, or at least conventional war.
Well, to be fair, the Starfleet seems to be really bad at equipping its staff. Space pajamas. So we got a few stone bricks going here. Oh, we need to feed the lab. So what I'd like you to take a look at is see if you could figure out how to set up a way of automating science pack production.
Okay. By the way, what's the command to just go back to regular cursor? cursor.
Oh, what do you mean? Like, what is the cursor set to? Or like,
Just like I click on, say, like I'm placing something down. How do I just go back to the cursor?
Q, you can, yes.
Okay.
Don't press Z. Z is drop, I believe. But it only drops one at a time, I think.
Copper. Oh, okay, it's gonna make me that
Let's see. You need
iron and copper plates.
right, and we already have one level of the production. We're missing a level of the refinement on the plates. But if we refine the plates to gears, then we can then make the packs. So what we're gonna do is go shoot people. Hold on, or shoot monsters. Stop eating. Oh dang, a big one. Or no, it's not. I thought it was for a second. Let me know if you need ammo. I made a few magazines.
What?
Yeah, I don't know why it sets off the second. Maybe it just keeps on beeping to remind you. Alright, so I would actually suggest working with the belts that are already in place, and what I mean by that is instead of placing it here, let's go ahead and drop this over here. Why not about, oh... I think this should be fine. So what we're going to do is route the belt a little bit differently. And I kind of like to lay out the belt before I make the change to the current production. Need to give it enough space that we'll be able to place inserters where they need to go. And as you see, belts don't just, join together. They will stay separated unless you specifically hook them up. So we're gonna get the copper plates. Actually, we don't need the copper plates to this one. We need the copper plates to the next step. So this belt is actually a bit superfluous. We'll need it later, but for now, all we need is an inserter. We can plug it there. And then you left click on the assembler. And we want to go to intermediate products and choose iron gear wheel. And it will start production, and as you see, the inserter is grabbing iron plates, feeding it to the assembly machine, and now we need to get the resulting end product. So we take a grabber and grab from the machine, which will drop it onto a belt. Oh, wonder if it's saving. Hey, I've got an idea.
Yeah.
I'm gonna manually save the game. Oh, I can't use an apostrophe. But why don't you... let's try this. I've got this running on a solid... does your computer have a solid state drive? I thought it did.
That's a laptop.
Well, yeah, but I thought it was a pretty awesome laptop.
I honestly don't know what's with my
That'll be fine. So... I need to pick up some iron, so I'm gonna...
Yeah.
But that's not really a problem. Let's see, coal is coming from that way. So, I'm gonna go ahead and kill that. And pick that one up. I think I'm gonna split off Yeah, we may have to relay the roads at some point, but whatever.
No, it's just placing some down. It's fine.
Yeah. Let's see, I think I am going to actually redo this. Put this one step back. Because I'm going to design this chunk to use the long inserters. So this nifty thing is called a splitter, I think it is? What is it called? It is a splitter. What it does is it splits it handles each item individually, and it alternates between the belts. So you can easily send... Wait, what's going on?
Dinner,
Oh, okay.
like 10:30 at night, but it's
Yep, you have dinner at weird times.
that's fine.
If you need to step away, go ahead. I'll just keep on going.
Okay. I'll leave the game open.
How long do you think you might be?
Um,
Yeah, just a ballpark. I'm just...
10 minutes.
Yeah, sure. Okay, that's... Yeah, just come back when you can.
Okay.
Alright, let's see
Be back
here. Sounds good. I'm just gonna keep on rambling. Alright, take one of those, take one of those. Let's put a few of those. Let's say 3, why not? And I'll use type 1 grabber there. I'll use extra long grabber there. Slap some poles down. Let's see if I can reach them though. Oh no, I can't. Fine. I'll have to skip some expansion with them. Yeah. And where are my belts? Oh, underground belts. Gonna need some of those. Steel processing research complete. What else looks good? Military 2 isn't that expensive. Oh, it does need Science Pack 2, which I haven't on. But being able to build piercing rounds would be really nice. Nah, I'll get to it. Let's see, let's just go with electronics. Let's see, that needs to be flipped around. That will fuel the furnaces. Then, oh, let's shift these a bit. Yeah, there we go. Still not really ideal, but good enough. And set up the output side. Alright, that should double the brick production. We can make more roads. Let's see, your optics was just researched, so we need to get some iron and make some light. Andrew is getting dinner. I'm gonna make some lamps. There we go. That should light it up a lot better. Man, he really did some expansion up here. That should allow us to yeah, let's modernize this area. Can't completely replace... Well, actually, I should just be sending... I'm gonna relocate this whole thing. Now, this is not what I'd call optimal. A lot of this is actually unnecessary. So, let's go ahead and clean this up. Now, ideally, I would want to streamline this a little bit better to where production would continue while I'm making these changes. But I'm just going to go ahead and try to clean this up as much as I can right now. Oops, don't want to do that. So, with all those picked up, let's see, what would be the optimal placement? If that's acceptable, that might be pretty good. That should do for now. Oh, no, no. Alright, now I just need to power these guys up and we're gonna get back to business. Of course, I do need to actually set up the production line, but I should be able to get that going here pretty quick. Alright, so I think getting to about here should be good. Now, let's go ahead and block them. Let's break the line. And let's see, what would be the best way of doing this? Why don't I get a little... I will... Can I run that line in the water? Yeah. Let's see, what trees are in the way? Okay, that tree's in the way and that tree's in the way, so I'm gonna get rid of this tree. And just to work around the trees as much as I can, instead of just blasting through them. Let's redo that part. Alright. That's also what's nice about this game, you know, if you interrupt things, production just stops. Nothing breaks. You don't you just lose a bit of production time, so not as harmful as it could have been. Alright, so we have an input, we got an output, and we've got a production line there. So I am going to... Let's see if that works a little bit better, because I was... am I still dropping frames? Well, not as bad at least. Yeah, sometimes I'm not too impressed with the internet connection out here. Out here in rural San Diego.
What's your... Oh, I guess I shouldn't ask, but...
What? Like ISP?
No, I was gonna say, what's the name of your town anyway?
El Cajon.
El Cajon, okay.
Which, as far as I know, means the box. You can tell it was probably named by white people. This sounds Spanish enough.
You shouldn't say that on a stream, I suppose.
Yeah, well, oh no, San Diego, that'll really help pin. Yeah, what the heck is going on? Let's see.
What is going on?
The internet connection is doing really bad. Why? This is like...
Yeah, it's pretty good on my end. Maybe it's because you're running stream software, or is that not very resource heavy?
Well, cable usually, from what I've seen recently at least, has, you know, most of its bandwidth is dedicated to downloads. You know, so you can get like a 50 megabit download speed, 25 megabit upload, something like that, you know. But I'm usually uploading at around, you know, anywhere between 2,000 to 4,000 kilobits per second, which corresponds to 2 to 4 megabits per second, which is a fraction of what it should be capable of. You see where I'm going with this?
Yeah.
Alright. What's that?
Rask, sorry, is Mint doing anything?
I don't think so.
Is she not a downloader?
Oh, she does download stuff, but usually more like in bursts. I don't know. As you can see, I kind of redid some of the layout. I updated the drillers up here to use electricity. And as you can see, the output far exceeds consumption right now, which is fine. So I moved the iron ore processing down here, and also utilized these underground belts to shove things under things.
I wonder. Okay, yeah.
You know, if you want to, it would be possible to do something like, let's say, take a splitter, for example. And then just loop it back on, and hey presto, now it's using both sides of the belt. So one of the things that are really important to keeping layouts to make sense is if you feed a belt directly to the side of another belt, or you know, you can see like I'm doing right here.
Pardon, yeah.
No worries. That means that both sides of the side belt will be pushed onto that specific side of the main belt? I don't know how to differentiate it. But you know what I mean.
I get what you're saying.
And that can be very useful for using belts, using both sides of the belt for two different items, but to where they never actually interact with each other, so they're still independent sides. They're just sharing a belt. The reason for that is when you start mixing resources, if there ever becomes a discrepancy between consumption of one resource over the other, it'll end up getting clogged with the unused resource and everything will start grinding to a halt. At least that's my experience. So there may be a way around it with clever design, but at least I've found my biggest successes are when I keep resources. You know, in the case of this ore, I can fill this up both sides. But if it's like a production item, it's usually better to just keep things on separate belts. And you can kind of control what side things are on by the way you place the inserters, because they preferably place on the far side of the belt. So you can kind of use that to work around and make sure things...
Have you ever used an online planner for it?
Nope. I mean, I don't see what wouldn't be a problem with that. It's just I just lay it out and change what needs to be changed. Alright, what do you think we should do next? Anything look interesting?
Your game.
No, I'd say it's just as much your game. I would suggest making a submachine gun.
Oh, no, Jones, don't. Not now. I love you, but not now. There we go. Sorry.
And maybe some more ammo. Haha, here we go.
My cat was standing on my wrist.
Steel furnace, there we go. They suck up a lot of electricity though, so we will need to expand our energy production. But this will allow us to separate ourselves from a lot of the coal belt, which will allow a lot more flexibility, I think.
Okay.
Now, that might actually need Science Pack 2, though. Yeah, yes it does. So,
Good, great.
now we need to figure out how to make Science Pack 2. That requires one inserter and one transporter belt, so we need to figure out how to make those. And, you know, by mousing over it, but more the how. So we're also, to make an inserter, we're also going to need to make electronic circuits. Electronic circuits also require copper cable. So we're going to have to kind of expand a lot of things. If you can make science packs, I'd say go ahead and just make them by hand.
Okay.
Let's see. And manually feed it. Let's see, I'm going to go ahead and probably clean this up. No, I'll do it later.
Sorry about that, Matt.
I may need to reset the router or something. Maybe. Let me see what's going on. But for the
Matt, were you downloading viruses, Matt?
no, not downloading viruses. Let's see. Oh, looks like we did run out of. Oh, those electric mining drills are effective.
We finally ran out of stone.
Yep, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the stone in the iron chest. We probably don't want to use all of it because stone can be used for a few other things. But I'm going to dig up this belt. Wait, I didn't want to dig up this belt. Well, some of it, anyway. I'm going to reverse the inserter, lay the belt in the other direction, and kind of feed off of the storage. So we're still going to make some bricks. We're just going to need to find a source, another source of stone here before too long, which won't be hard because I see a fairly decent sized chunk in the upper left. So we'll be fine.
Some down here near the guns, but upper left might be easier to get to.
Now this layout where we are here does seem to have a pretty good defensibility. And we have some pretty large bodies of water, which should save us a lot of trouble in making a large wall. So what I'd like you to figure out, because I want to build some walls. See if you can work out how to automate Science Pack 2 production.
Okay.
It's, if you have any questions, it is pretty tricky, so go ahead and ask him. But see if you can work it out, because it is pretty tough. Let's see. Yeah, I think I'm gonna need to reset the router or reset something. So here's what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and hop out here for a second. I'm gonna restart my computer, restart networking stuff, and I'll be right back. The game should continue because it's basically kind of a peer-to-peer thing. So you could quit and rejoin, I could quit and rejoin. As long as somebody's running the game, we'll be able to play the same game. So I will be back very shortly.